Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today is the second giveaway for the Advent event that I'm currently running all the way up till Christmas. I'll be dropping snippets that you'll need in order to be able to find the cargo container throughout this video. And so currently the item that's up for grabs is the Master of Arms booster, which is currently retailing at 115 million ISK. So over the course of making these videos, I have been asked on numerous occasions why I only trade and do stuff out of Jita or the Forge. And again, it's no secret that I basically do all of my operations out of obviously Jita, and as you can see here I've got blueprints to sell, etc., and they will all be going on the Jita market. I don't take them anywhere else. Jita is the only place that I currently work out of, and there is a really good reason for this. So when people generally come to me and say why is it only Jita, this is the graph that I show them. And as you can see here, the total market value traded by region, and as you can see, the Forge absolutely dominates every other. In fact, the Forge is bigger than every other area combined. So this is the reason that I obviously trade out of Jita, that it has the volume and the market, and it has been this way for a long time. And that's not to say that I haven't tried other markets, but there is nothing that comes even close to the volume that Jita has, and so therefore trying to sell stuff in other regions is generally going to be very slow. That's not to say that you can't make a decent markup, because obviously there are a lot less people trying to make the profits there or trying to get to the #1 position. So yes, you can make half decent profits, but Jita by a huge margin is where the volume is. And although the margins may be slimmer, obviously you are dealing with volume over but I haven't tried other markets, but there is nothing that comes even close to the volume that Jita has, and so therefore trying to sell stuff in other regions is generally going to be very slow. That's not to say that you can't make a decent markup, because obviously there are a lot less people trying to make the profits there or trying to get to the #1 position. So yes, you can make half decent profits, but Jita by a huge margin is where the volume is. So this hasn't always been the case. Jita hasn't always been the trade hub of EVE, and there was a system prior to Jita taking the crown. Now that is where you will find the station container containing said item for this giveaway. And so yes, the margins may be slightly less than you will get outside of the trade hubs, but the volume is unmatched in any other area currently in New Eden, and so therefore you are trading volume over margin, and that generally works very well. That's pretty much any major supermarket. So one of the biggest issues that you'll come across in EVE is scalability, and scalability is trying to, obviously, if you find something that works, trying to expand it. So for instance, if we're building 200mm auto cannons, Tech 2s or whatever, and they're selling really well, there's a certain amount of Tech 2 auto cannons that people are willing to buy, and obviously therefore you reach the maximum saturation that you've got for that item. And this is pretty much the case for everything in EVE, due to the size of obviously the people that play it and the demand for items. And trying to find something that is expandable is very hard, and obviously trying to make a decent amount of ISK at the same time. And this is the exact same issue that I run into obviously with the capital BPOs, that there are only so many capital armor plates that I will be able to sell in the given time that it takes me then to research some more, and so on and so on. And so currently I'm looking to find other areas that I can currently expand into. And so that's generally what I look for on a regular basis, is stuff that I can expand into. And at the moment I'm looking into structures, because obviously structures are destructible, they are being blown up on a semi-regular basis, and there's a semi-decent number sold. Obviously you've got different types, but the point is that they are constantly being used, blown up, taken down, dismantled, etc. So I don't want the station BPOs, I would be looking at the component BPOs. And so this is an area that I will possibly be looking to expand into. Again, there's a good amount there that's being sold on a semi-regular basis, and Yeah, again, it does make it hard when you get to a certain amount of ISK trying to obviously expand upon and then move into different areas, and especially if you try and do it in the same area. So again, we've got the fighter BPOs, etc. for carriers now. Obviously, super carriers, etc. have been hit a little hard of late due to the changes, but the point is that it's a really hard thing to try and do. Once you get to a certain amount of ISK, it's very hard to invest that ISK into areas that will give you a semi-decent return. And so the password to the container is Steve was the first Watt to be blown up in New Eden. And so that's what I'm currently looking for. I'm looking at other areas to expand in, whether that be ship BPOs in regards to battleships, etc. Although battleships have generally quite a small market at the moment. So again, there's probably not many of them sold, but there's probably not many people doing a research BPOs for them either. So the secure container can be found at the odd planet within the system. So as it currently stands, we haven't had the skins delivered for the partner programmers yet, so CCP apparently are currently still working on them, and again, as soon as they are available, I will be putting them in a giveaway. They've also announced that due to the number of applications that they got, obviously they're trying to work through them, so if your favourite content creator hasn't been accepted into the partner program as yet, doesn't mean that they haven't been accepted. It may just be that they've not been processed, so they may be there sooner or later. CCP apparently are working on it as quick as possible and are hoping to get everybody on as soon as they can. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then please do think about it. Drop in the channel StrangeNet in game to chat with us. Feel free to hang out there, etc. Again, any questions, etc. we do our best to answer. And in regards to what I'm doing at the moment, it's been a bit slow, but I'm currently working on skills for Tech 3, for building some Tech 3 items. I acquired some Tech 3 BPCs, and I want to put them into use to see how that gets on. I'm planning on doing some reaction stuff, so do watch the space for that if that's something you're interested in. I'm currently consolidating stock, etc., trying to sell some of the excess stuff. I've become a bit of a hoarder over the years, so just trying to clear out some of that stuff is slow going sometimes. So yeah, I could do with selling. So as you can see, there's 790 items in there at the moment. So yeah, consolidation, getting rid of some of the stuff that I've acquired over the time. So we'll wrap it up there, folks. If you haven't subscribed, do think about it, drop a like, leave any comments, etc. Things you'd like to see, do anything you'd like me to cover specifically. Again, I'm relatively flexible. Don't ask for PI. I don't do PI. I've never done PI. So please, not PI. There's guides out there that are infinitely better than anything I'll produce on it. So go watch one of them. And with that, thanks for your time. Talk to you later.